Hello there, beauties. I'm Brooke, and this is my channel, Tarot with B. So today we're going to be seeing what your vibe is. What's the vibe you give off? How do people see you? How they feel about you. I'm really excited to do this, and I'm sending you lots of love and light today. I'm really wanting to send some positivity out there. So let's make this as light and beautiful as we can, right? So today we have 3 piles. I'm using the Audacity Deck by the Pine Torch. It's freaking gorgeous. It's so unique. It's so unique and just really, really cool. I'm excited to share this with you guys. It's super cool. So we have 3 piles today. For pile number 1, we have the Child card. The Child card. With hematite. For pile number 2, we have the Last Straw card. As well as Pyrite or Fool's Gold. And for pile number 3, we have the Empress. The Empress. And the Black Tourmaline. Okay, so just take a second, really see whatever imagery is calling out to you. It could be on the card, could be the crystal, it could be a timestamp down below. Whatever, just think about it. Really take your time to choose the pile that is really calling to you. And your reading will be down below. Well, no, the timestamps will be down below that will take you to your reading. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Hello there, pile number one. So if you chose the child or the hematite crystal, this is your reading. So first of all, how the vibe you give off, how people see you, how people perceive you is really very youthful. You give off a very youthful energy. It seems as though you really try to be as carefree as possible about things, and maybe even a little naive at times. Not like in a super negative way. It's just like you really try your best. You don't pay attention to things um, that don't make you happy or that are bad for your mental health. I'm not saying that you like are always like this, but this is just how people see you, right? And they're seeing you as very just joyful. I think you give off a very joyful energy, and um that makes people feel really good, and you feel very carefree and light. There's like a lightness to you as well. I want to see what else we've got here. Let's see what else we've got. Since I pre-shuffled your cards, I haven't looked at any of them yet, except for a few that flew over. So let's see here. We have the otter and cattail with peace. Yeah. Like I was saying, it's just like a very you're like at peace with where you are. You're just trying to live your best life and live every day like the happiest and most content that you can, right? Balance. So yeah, everything it's it's like a delicate balance for you, because I think you really realize that not everything is easy for everyone, and it may not even be easy for you all the time, but you really try to find that balance between serious and then this youthful joyful energy that you exude, that people see. When people see that balance as well, they see that you're not immature, you're not really naive, even if like you come off that way sometimes. They know that you're not, because there's this balance within yourself that really shows that you're a grown ass adult too. You know what I mean? It's not like you're not just a kid, right? Like that's not the only vibe you give off. Cleansing. Oh, people feel really comforted in your presence. I think that this is Gemini energy. So I think you're a very good conversationalist, and you just really you like cleanse the room when you walk in, or when you start talking. It's like, "Oh, this is the energy we really needed today." There needed to be a balancing out of energy within a room, and you just really make people feel brighter. And it's interesting that there's a moon on both of these. I think you're a little mysterious. I don't think you really give a lot of yourself away. You're just kind of, or like talk too much about yourself. You just really try to, like, I think you're very funny, so you keep things lighthearted, but you don't get serious with a lot of people. So the vibe that you're giving off isn't super serious, but it's not that you can't be serious, because definitely people can see that with this balance card here, that you have a serious side as well. But for the most part, you really try to be lighthearted and funny and make people laugh. We have tulip with friendship and gratitude. Yeah. I think people really appreciate you and love you so much, and love that you're in their life, right? Like, I'm trying to figure out the best way to set these up, but okay. Um, they're just very grateful. And I think that you also show a lot of gratitude in your life as well. And that really comes across in your vibes. And it seems as though you're always with someone. It feels like, because with friendship, it seems like there's just always someone there, or you're always there for someone else. But again, they're just really grateful that you're in their life, and um, they want to show you that as often as possible, how grateful they are for you. So we have focus. Yeah, see, there's this balance of focus and also like that spontaneity as well. I think with you can be super serious, but also just spontaneous and I don't want to say childish, but just kind of like well, carefree, you know, not really caring about anything super serious. But again, you can focus and shift in a second, right? It's not all fun and games all the time. And that's very obvious. Like maybe people have seen you in a serious situation and they see like and they were surprised because you were so serious and focused um on what was happening and what was going on, because they hadn't seen you like that before, you know, because you really tend to try to keep it upbeat, keep it chill, and really loosey goosey. I don't know. You give me very your energy is very loose and it's warm, but it's very spontaneous and like, what am I going to do next? You know, I don't know because you don't know either, probably, right? Pyrite with willpower. Ooh. Yeah, it feels like maybe you you might have a little bit of a struggle with um like maybe a little stubborn, you know, but I also feel like you really see things through. Again, you have this driven part of you that surprises people. And oh, sorry. That surprises people because for the most part you really give off that energy. And Leo energy too, you know. It's really reminding me of Leo, but Aquarius as well. Um and Pisces. um those are the signs that are really popping out to me, as well as Gemini, of course. But I just think you see things through, and you're very strong. You're strong-willed, and you're very set in your morals too. I think you can be very stubborn, like I said, you know, but you really try your best to, again, spread light. That's really what people see with you. You spread light. You try not to spread this negativity. I want to get one more. Okay, then. We got two more of these. But so we have stability. Yeah, you're um again, simply because you're um child like you give off this childlike energy and that lightness and spontaneity, that doesn't mean you're not stable as well. You have a really good balance, and Gemini's like the lovers. You have a really good balance between, you know, that really structured sense of getting things done and structured way of living as well. And then on the other hand, you've got that more spontaneous side, you know, that really is led by your heart instead of your mind. So you have a very good balance there. And that's why people see that you're very stable and you give off those stable vibes. They could just see that you're really stable in your career or even within yourself. You're very self assured, right? But let's see here. Expansion. Oh, they see that you are never settling. You don't settle for anything. You know, if you want something, you get it. And again, that's with willpower too. But with expansion, it's just like it feels like you want more and more. You know, you always are setting goals for yourself and looking to learn more, expand your mind, you know, maybe even traveling, stuff like that. You know, people really see that it feels like you can't sit still for too long. I don't know. It's just, and but you're so at peace with this and you're at peace with who you are. And people, it really comes across in your vibes. You seem very self assured for sure. Because you know how kids are so like, they just are who they are and they're not like tainted by like the world yet. That's kind of you. That you really try and live in that energy instead of like drowning in the negativity and drowning in all of the adult problems that may arise. You know, you really just have a different mindset about things, and that's really cool. People see those vibes 100%. They do. So let's get to your tarot and Buzzfeed cards. So I'm really excited to use this tarot deck. It's the Life is a Board Game deck. And let me tell you, it looks like Monopoly cards. They're so freaking cool. So excited. I haven't used it yet, but we're going to today. So let's see what came out for you. Okay. So we have Abundant Legacy Avenue, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. We have the Devil. You're very, very driven for success. You really want, again, that stability. And that really comes across for sure. And the Devil is just, that's Capricorn energy. It's just super hardworking and determined, almost chained to the idea of success. And you have to do it. Almost obsessive over it, right? But it's, people really see you, like maybe this is with your job, like you are really adamant about succeeding. You are that person that's like, no, I am going to be making $1,000,000. I'll be the first person in my family to hit $1,000,000, like to make $1,000,000 or something like that. You know what I mean? Just however it resonates for you. But people just really see you as a hard worker and that you're working your ass off to get abundance and to get your stability that they also are seeing. So the Five of Pentacles, the struggle avenue. Yeah, because I think in the past you really struggled. It could be, I think it is financially, but it could just be in general, you know, you were really struggling and feeling really dejected about things. And it really kind of made you want to give up, but you didn't. You kept persevering, you kept going, you really stuck it out. And people think that's really admirable too, you know? This Devil here is really positive in this sense. Because it can't, I think that you're a bit of a workaholic, honestly, but because you're very obsessed, it is like an obsession with being rich. I'm getting that vibe for sure. You do not want to be poor. No, that's not the life for you. And that's abundantly clear to people. I think that maybe you like fashion is really important to you, like you really like name brands or something like that. You just really want to show off your goods, like show off how hard you've worked. And you do that through things like either clothes, handbags, shoes, you know, um, accessories, technology, like your gadgets or whatever, you know, however it resonates for you. But I really think you definitely want people to know how hard you've worked. And that's the vibe you give off. It's not a negative thing at all, but it's just how it is. It's just how people see you. So what else do we have? Oh my god, my nail. Okay. So the Seven of Cups, confusing illusions. Wow, confusing illusions place. I think you just have a lot of dreams. I think you're a little it's hard to bring you back down to earth sometimes. You can really spiral and start just going and really building things up in your mind. And I think, again, you're a really good conversationalist. And so you just talk about all your big dreams and aspirations. And it's like, okay, whoa, 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 calm down. How are we making this, like bringing it to fruition, right? I think that you really give off that vibe, but you have a lot that you want to do. And that's really cool. Um, you're really giving, like, it's interesting. You may have like earth placements that are like a rising or something, like an earth rising, but you're really giving me like Aquarius and Pisces energy. It's just, you know, you feel like you need to be tethered down sometimes to the earth to be grounded, right? Because it feels like you just float off and are just like in a different world sometimes. And people are like, oh, you're very unique and quirky, I think, as well. You just really give off these cool vibes. You're really cool, though. I think people really enjoy your presence because you're really interesting, you're fascinating, and you know a lot of things. Um, and again, I told you, you're a good conversationalist, and people really think they really like talking to you. The King of Pentacles, yeah, provider of prosperity and power. Again, King of Pentacles, they are super solid, super stable, really again, it's like Capricorn. There's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, right? Just working your ass off to get where you've been so you can provide for people that you love and provide for yourself. Get the things that you want, you know, and desire. Again, it's really about status. It feels like you really want to show people, or even just show yourself. It doesn't even have to be about other people. It's for you, because you want nice things. That's just it at the end of the day. And I think that that really comes across in your vibe. You just really give off like a regal energy almost. There's you stand, your posture is really tall. Um, and you stand with your shoulders back, and just like you're ready for anything. But at the same time, you've got that child energy. So you do have an interesting combination here. I don't know if it's when you're at work you give off like that more um professional King of Pentacles energy, and then like with your friends you really give off that child energy that's just really open and super open-minded too, by the way, and spontaneous, with the the child card. So you've got that balance there that people really see. It's really interesting. You're very multifaceted. And I think you can confuse people sometimes because they're like, whoa, wait, what? Pile one is what? They, like you, because then they see you like in this super professional outfit or something, and they're like, wait, what the hell? You were just like at a rave last week or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, I hit my mic. Maybe not specifically like that, obviously, but like, I don't know. You just really give me the vibe that you are like two different people. Like the Gemini, it's like the twins, We had that cleansing card that had the Gemini on it. It's like you're two different people sometimes. And it's funny. They never know who they're gonna get. But you're always all of these things though, even if you're not showing it, it's still there because it can flip. You can switch it like that, right? I mean, it's a party place. Yeah, you feel like you're a partier. Like not a partier necessarily, but you just enjoy being around people. You enjoy being around your friends and getting together and just having a good time, laughing. And I think that you're very outgoing. You seem super outgoing and just really fun and laughing and making other people laugh too, for sure. And you really enjoy these connections with people and they really enjoy being around you as well. It's a joy to be around you. It's fun, you're funny, and that's it. I think, I don't know, there's something dancing. I think you like to dance or just move your body. Maybe you're like swaying or like making up your own songs a lot or something. I don't know, but you just really like, yeah, you're fun. You're really fun. So let's get some Buzzfeed cards now. Armadillo, yeah, you're resilient. You're tough and you don't let things get to you. Um, but at the same time, it's like if something, again, you're like, you roll up. If negativity comes along, you're going to roll up and peace out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out of here, right? Like, because you don't have time for that. You really don't. You are out here really motivated and determined to be successful. And you don't want that negativity to bring you down at all. No time for that. Bubblegum. It feels like people want to cling to you or something. They really find your presence fun, like just addictive almost, And you're really unforgettable, like people do not forget you. You're always like, oh yeah, like pile one said this, blah blah blah. You like they bring you up in conversation a lot. People do. Yeah. Waterfall. Again with abundance. This card always reminds me of money. Um, but it's also like an abundance of joy, an abundance of happiness, an abundance of love, etc. However it resonates for you. The waterfall is it because people just see you as this so full of life, right? And again, you're surprising. You surprise people because you're like floating along, people are floating along and then it's like, whoa, boom, down they go into that waterfall. And it's like, that's you. You're the waterfall. You're surprising. It's like you come out of nowhere and bring joy to people's life, right? Like you make a big splash. I'm telling you, you're memorable. Volcano, yeah, you're very passionate. I think you're attractive too. People find you super attractive because I think physically, yes, but also just because of your personality and the way you speak and your outlook on life, all of that. People really like that and they find that really attractive. But yeah, you're very passionate. I think you get very animated when you're talking and people find that really cool. It's funny. Oh, yeah, otter. Wait, wasn't there you got the otter card? Yo, you got the otter card. There we go. I love that. You're just again, you're a calming presence. You make people feel better and grounded for some reason, even if you're like floating off into space. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I hope you know that. It's and thinking of your dreams, you really bring people you they're like tethered to you, you know? And you just bring people this safe energy. You feel very safe and secure and warm to them. And they feel so comfortable with you. They feel like they can lay there in the water and just float and sleep, you know, like these beautiful otters. You're very loving. I think you really protect the people that you love a lot. Anteater. Ooh, interesting. So the anteater is a little greedy. The anteater can be a little greedy. So maybe people sometimes see you and as you're because you're working so hard, they're thinking like, damn, this person's kind of like an opportunist or super greedy. I'm not saying that's everybody. That feels more like the people that are they don't know you as well, you know, because obviously this has been a lovely reading, you know, and of course the last card would be kind of negative. But I think that um you're working your ass off and you're working really hard and other people aren't, so they're a little jealous, you know? So it's like they're saying that about you, but or they think that, you know, that's your vibe, but at the end of the day, you're just working hard because you want what you want in life. You know, you don't want to be poor. You don't want to be like you just want success. You want to be successful and to spread love and joy and happiness and have fun. That's what it feels like, you know? Um, but that's what I've got for you, Pile One. This has been a pleasure. If you'd like to subscribe, you can hit that button down below. If you'd like to be notified when I post a new video, you can hit the notification bell. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'll leave my email link down below. If you have any questions or need some guidance, I'm always here if you want to shoot me a message. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'll leave those down below as well. But I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or evening wherever you are, Pile One, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye! Hello there, pile two. So if you chose the last straw or the pyrite, this is your reading. So the vibe you give off. Really excited for this. So immediately I'm getting the sense with the last straw here that you are ready to go. You have your coffee, you have your moths that are ready to start this new transitional period that is just, it may be difficult, but you're ready to go, you're ready. It's like a Monday morning. This reminds me of a Monday morning and just getting through it, right? And that's what you're kind of doing. You're persevering. Things may have changed a bit. And you may have had some endings recently that people are seeing, but they see that you're trying to stay positive and trying to just keep going and do your best. You're doing your best, but you're determined to. You're determined to move forward and put your best foot forward. That's really important for you. And that's definitely coming across in your vibe because you're ready for new fresh energy, new beginnings to come in and bring some happiness. And there's a heaviness to hear. There's a heaviness with you that isn't it's not, you're not a super optimistic person, I don't think, but you're trying to be better about that. And people definitely are seeing that in your vibe. So let's do some oracle cards. So we have, oh, there's a butterfly again. See, hopeful, the butterfly and snowdrop. You're trying to be hopeful. You really are. And it is showing. I'm going to put this here because it's actually matte. So, okay. You really trying to be hopeful and having more of a purity, just a clean, I don't know, I'm getting like a clean slate. You know what I mean? A fresh start for something here. And just spreading your wings. You're not the caterpillar anymore. There's something that's transitioned. That caterpillar's gone. You are this butterfly now. And people definitely are seeing that, whether it's like through spiritual growth, like some sort of glow up, or glow up, I don't know. Just some sort of journey, like a health journey. I don't know, but there's a big change that people are seeing in your vibe. Um, and it feels like it's for the better, but it's definitely because you've learned something along the way, a lot of things probably along the way. Yeah, you're working on happiness. You're really trying to be happier in your life and just invite more joy and more hope in, and not live in that just getting by energy. You're not trying to be like that because you don't want to be tired. You don't want to be exhausted all the time and just like every day is like a freaking Monday morning. That's not what you want in life. You want happiness. You want hope. And that's definitely coming across for people in your vibes because you're trying your best and you're doing really well because people see that you're definitely more upbeat and hopeful for things in your situation, even different situations in your life, right? We have protection with Aries energy. Ooh, you're a little spicy. There's some spice here, but I think you're just very I don't know, you don't let people, oops, cross you or the people you love. You protect yourself and you protect the people you love. Um, no one can talk shit about the people you love or you. You will always confront someone. Aries energy is very upfront with people. And I was getting that a little here as well, but I just think you don't let anybody cross anybody. You're very like, no, that's, don't talk to me like that ever again. And if someone does, you get very heated. It's just like you don't let people treat you badly or the people you love badly. Absolutely not. And maybe not even anybody you know what I mean? It could just be someone on the street being someone's being mean and you're like, would you fuck off? Like, mind your business, don't be a dick. Like, you're very you're just I feel like you have a potty mouth, I don't know, but you're giving me like these very, again, Aries vibes, very upfront with people. I don't want to say confrontational. I don't think you're like that, but you do not let people get away with shit if they're being cruel or rude or mean. Um, with animals as well, I think that you're very passionate about animals and people being nice to animals as well. So we also have Sweet William, gallantry, grant me a single smile. Sweet William, small has form and aspect bright, like that sweet flower that yields great Jove delight. So with gallantry, I think that you're very brave. Again, you're very um, fiery and you're forthright with people. But at the same time, I think you're a flirt. You're kind of you're funny, but you're definitely, again, you're not afraid to talk to people. You're not afraid to put yourself out there at all. Um, and I think, again, you're just super. This is who I am. I'm gonna be incredibly blunt. Blunt, yes, you're blunt. Blunt about exactly what I want and exactly what I think of you. That's how you are, you know. um, and you like this. Grant me a single smile. I think that would piss you off so bad if someone told you to smile more. You would be like glaring at them for the rest of your life. Like, you know what I mean? You are not the type of person that's going to be all shy and be like, oh well, or like not know what to say. You know what I mean? You'll be like, no, you don't talk to me like that. It's just like, mm-mm. It feels like, I don't want to say you're a fighter, but you're ready to go. You have a bit of a temper too. That's coming across in your vibe. You're very intense in a good, it's not a bad thing. Because I think people really like you, but you're a fuse. You have a short fuse, right? So we have discernment. Yeah. You pick and choose your like when are you gonna fight somebody, you know what I mean? Or when you're going to really put someone straight, you know what I mean? Set something straight. You don't it's not all the time that you're like, because sometimes you're like, I don't want to waste the energy. You have good discernment. But I also think that's like with decision making in general. You're just really good at figuring out what you're going to waste your energy on, or how you're going to use your energy. But you know, because again, I think that you are really working through, like, I don't know, maybe you used to be really tired or something like that, and now you're really just trying to find more upbeat energy, right? And just trying to be, again, more hopeful, positive, happy. So you're really using discernment in that way too. Acceptance. Yeah, I think you're a very accepting person. People really, again, I think you're open-minded, and um you're very accepting of a lot of types of different people. It feels like I don't know, you do feel quite outgoing, and in your vibe, it's like you're just safe in a sense, like for anybody to be who they are, you know? But again, I think I don't know, because if someone says something and you don't like it, and it's like, no, what did you just say? Like, I don't know, it's interesting. Like you're a strong social justice person or something, you know? But I think that you're incredibly accepting of people, for sure. And you also accept your situation, the situation you're in. And you're just kind of there. You're vibing. Again, you're doing your best. You're taking it day by day, and like what the universe is throwing at you, you're just like, okay, well, I'm going to take it one step at a time. And you've accepted that, like you can't predict the future. You can't dictate the future. And that definitely comes across in your vibe as well. You're like, it is what it is. That's kind of you. um, we have focus too. You seem very intense. Um, your energy is very focused, and I think you have intense eyes, and you can pierce somebody with those puppies. Like, you can scare the shit out of someone with your eyes. I don't know. See, it's like laser focus. You're like, you could like look at someone from across the room and they'd be cowering or something. Um, but it's also like in a sexual way too, like in a sensual way or like a sweet way. It doesn't always have to be negative, but you're just intense. But it's not a bad thing. It's just who you are. And that's how people are seeing you and your vibe. Um, but I think you're very expressive. Your eyes are super expressive. Definitely. And we also have decisiveness. Yes, you definitely make decisions quickly. 100%. You're just like, this is what I'm doing. But again, you use that discernment. It's interesting. You give me, well, it is cardinal energy. You're really giving me that cardinal leader energy. You're brave. You just make the decisions. And maybe in your friend group, you're the one that's making decisions, or in your family, you really are just like, I don't have time for this. Let's just do this. And they're like, okay, fine. Because they can't make a decision. And you're like, okay, great. Let's go. So it just feels like you're very decisive and you can steer people a certain way, your way, if you will. So let's see with the tarot now. I'm super excited to use these tarot cards. They're from the Life is a Board Game deck, okay? And this deck is Monopoly cards. They look like Monopoly cards, and I was like, yeah, we're using that today for sure. It's really cool. So, and then we also have some Buzzfeed cards to close out your reading. So let's see what comes out here. Collaboration Avenue, the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so I was just saying, interestingly enough, that you're like a leader. It feels like people look up to you in like in some way. It doesn't have to be a job situation, but people look up to you because it seems like you have all the answers. Like you know what you're doing, and people just, it feels like you know what to say. You always know what to say, the right thing, right? Even if you don't, it's like that's just the vibe you give off. And I also think a lot of people want to work with you. I'm not sure if you're like in a career where collaborations are possible, but there's people just wish that they could work at your job like with you because they find you really interesting and like you would be a really good worker and employee or employer. And we also have the Chariot. Yeah, you are always going. This is Cancer energy. um you're really striving for a successful outcome, but you're just go go go. You really move forward full steam ahead, not stopping those brakes, right? Like that Chariot is flying. And I think that that's you. You really give off that, it's almost unhinged energy, but it's not. Um, but it's not quite. Again, that last straw, the last straw. But you're still holding on. You're not unhinged. You're just moving forward, looking for that success. Exactly like I've been saying. Taking it day by day though, and just trying your best. That's it. But you're at the end, you want success though. Holding on tight avenue, the Four of Pentacles. Oh my God, that's funny. But the Four of Pentacles is a very grounded energy, um, and balanced. Fours are so balanced to me. They're self-assured as well. But with the Pentacles specifically, you could be wanting to save money or like in a situation where you can't spend as much as you'd like to or as much as you want to usually, or you're used to spending. So you are really trying to save money right now. And that's definitely coming across in your vibe because maybe it irritates you and you're like, shit, well, I shouldn't do that. I can't do that right now because I have bills to pay. But again, you're moving forward. You're really trying to, and people are seeing that you're you're trying to better yourself and you're better your situation. And again, you're really giving like leader energy. People really look up to you. With Death, yes, that's interesting that came out because it was really, the last straw really reminded me of the Death card, Scorpio energy here. And another four, right? If 1 and 3 come add to 4. So there's some sort of transition happening here. Something's ended, you know, with those butterflies and the moths. And there's a resurrection happening for you. Again, maybe things were difficult for a while, and that really came across in your vibes. And people are seeing that there's this big shift happening with you, and new opportunities are coming to you. You're creating new opportunities for yourself just by, you know, moving forward, keeping as hopeful of an attitude as you can, staying positive and trying to be happy. You know, you're moving toward happiness for sure. And people really see that you're trying your best and you're cutting a new leaf. You know, there's new fresh energy coming in for you. People, you're like the person that's like, oh, they're definitely going to be successful. You know, that people are saying that about you. Like, you're definitely going to be successful because you're working really hard and you have the personality for it and all of that, you know? So even if you felt really down about where you're at right now in life, it's not, I feel like it's not going to stay like that because you're very motivated and dedicated to moving forward. Yeah, toward Independence Avenue, the Nine of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacles energy. Oh my God, so much Earth. You're focused on your career, maybe, or just money. You're really focused on money and stability, finding stability for yourself. I think that people see you as a very independent person and confident, you know, very self-assured, you know. This is, I love the Nine of Pentacles. It's a very positive card to get. And you're just really trying your best. You are, and you're flourishing. You're going, and if you're not, they see that you're going to be, you know, and even if you're not right now, you're giving off the sense that you are in your vibes. And people are thinking, wow, pile two is really putting, like, doing something for themselves. You know, they're really moving forward, right? And they're going to be really successful. So you give off such a confident energy, I think. Yeah, and then we have the Six of Cups, nostalgia place. Yeah, you can get in your feels a bit and think about the past, I believe. Maybe you just like to reminisce too about the past or something like that, like with your friends. Um, you reminisce about the past and things that have ended, right? Maybe some of these endings, you talk about them a lot. But and they may, it feels like it's a little bittersweet, like there's some sort of sadness here, um because there is an underlying sadness to you that people really are seeing, um but for the most part they're definitely seeing that you're, again, trying to be more positive and hopeful for what's to come. So let's see here. Sand. So it's you move slowly with certain things. Um, it's which is interesting because you feel like you bulldoze ahead. That you really feel like you're just constantly going forward and not stopping much. You know, maybe you have like, I don't know. It's interesting. You just have a lot of energy. So to have sand come out, maybe they're thinking like you need to put on the brakes sometimes with your vibes. You know, that's what they wish that you would do that because you wouldn't get so burnt out. Because I think, again, with that last draw card, you can get a little burnt out sometimes, and that really affects everything. At the end of the day, it affects everything in your life. Oh yeah, people want to know more about you. They're really intrigued by you. They very nosy, if you will. And they want to know how they can be like this, how they can be like you, how they can be so upfront um, with people. Because again, you're very blunt. You're definitely a blunt person. Let me see. Armadillo, you're tough. Yeah, people see that you're very tough and that you've been through a lot. You've definitely been through a lot, but you try your best to just not let people get to you. People, situations, anything like that. You really try your best. I'm not saying you succeed every time, but you certainly try to move forward and not hide away like the armadillo does. But if need be, you will get in that little ball and roll away, though, for sure. If it affects your mental health too much, you're like, bye. Nope. But you're tough. You've been through a lot. Yeah. You're, with wine, socialize. People really like to socialize with you and um, just be around you. I think in a social setting, chill. Um, Maybe you just give really good advice. Again, you feel like people look up to you. They do, and it's like they're in awe of you sometimes. I don't know if you're like super attractive, it's just the confidence you give off. Um and that independent energy and that self-assuredness. They're just like, "Whoa. I want to learn from this person. I want to spend as much time with this person as I possibly can." you know? Yeah, fun nuggets, fun shaped nuggets. You're fun. You're you try your I think you laugh a lot. Or you make people laugh, you giggly. Um you have a loud laugh. There's something about your laugh. It's boisterous, resonant. But yeah, you just like to have a good time. You try again, you can get sucked down into those sad times because like I said, there's some of that underlying there, but for the most part, people really see you as a super fun, light-hearted person that's just out here trying to be happy, right? Mood rings, please. That's funny. Um, because I was just saying that about that sadness. So you can be a little moody, I think, but also I think for certain things you hesitate. There's a hesitation here or a changeability, and you're like, because I know it says you're decisive, and that's definitely coming across, but in one certain, very specific way, you aren't. And and it could have to do with this nostalgia and that bittersweet Six of Cups energy. It could have to do with that, that's where you're kind of like hesitating. But for the most part, you're very decisive and you move forward. um, and try to be lighthearted and in a good mood. But again, sometimes you gotta just not be, right? Like, that's just how it is, right? So I'm gonna end it there for you, pile two. It's been such a pleasure to read for you today. If you'd like to subscribe, you can hit that button down below. If you'd like to be notified when I post a new video, you can hit the notification bell. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'll leave my email link down below. And like, if you have any questions or need any guidance, I'm here. Shoot me an email. I'd be happy to connect with you. And if you would like to follow me on social media, oh my God. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'll leave my email link down below as well. No. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'll leave those down below as well. But I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or evening wherever you are, pile two, and I'll see you next time, okay? Bye. Hello there, pile three. So if you chose the Empress or the Black Tourmaline, this is your reading. So what vibes do you give off? How do people see you? So immediately, you with the Empress are super confident. You're nurturing, you're lovely, you're confident, you're just really gorgeous, self-assured. I think you give off a little mystery too, and you are really, there's something very specific about how you come across, like with your appearance. Potentially maybe you have tattoos, or like you wear a very like specific makeup, you dye your hair crazy cool colors, or just the fashion that you put out, like that you wear. There's something really unique about you that really, you're an individual. It feels like you're very independent too. You're just this divine feminine, and that doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter how you identify, like gender wise. It's just a divine feminine energy. It's nothing about like specifically like you're feminine. You know what I mean? That's not what I mean. It's just the the components of it, right? Like it's a soft energy, but you're also super, the softness is beneath it all. It's in your actions. It's in your kindness. You have a very kind heart that people see. Do you see how this heart is so prevalent there? I love that. I think you're very intuitive too. You see, it's like mother knows best. You may be a parent, it's only if it resonates. If it doesn't, that's fine. But even if you're not a parent, like you have that, like, wow, pile three knew we should go to pile three because they know what's going to happen. Even, because you can just sense things, sense energy, and it's really cool. So your vibes are really almost witchy, if you will, which is fun. So let's see here. Let's see what else we've got. Ooh, yeah. The fox and ivy with adaptability. You're very flexible. You really can mold yourself into any situation. Like you can figure it out. You're adaptable to a lot of different things and people, and just you're really good at navigating stuff and coming out on top. A fox is very cunning and not mischievous in a negative way. It's just like mischievous, in the sense that, I don't know, maybe you're a little prankster or something like that, or you just like your sense of humor is a little, you know, there's like a undertone of like people don't understand your humor sometimes, and it's like, oh well, sorry. But the people that do like appreciate it so much because it's like god tier humor, like I don't know how to describe it. It's not coming across well in how I'm describing it, but maybe it'll make sense to you. It just feels like you're very intelligent, and people are like, "What?" when you like try and make a joke, and you're like, "Never mind, it's all right. I'll wait for so and so to tell them, they'll get it." Pain. So there's something here where you've been through a lot, right? There's been a lot of heartache in your life, and maybe a lot of losses in your life, and you've persevered though. Like you're coming out as an empress, not a page. You're an empress, right? Because you could have let that pain drown you, but you didn't. You really learned from it, and you not learned from it, but you persevered. You grew stronger because of it. And I think, again, you're super vulnerable too, though. It's not a coldness at all. I think you give really good advice. People look to you for advice. I don't know. Because you've been through a lot, and they see how you've persevered and how confident and self-assured you are, and they're just like, damn, I want to learn from this person. I want to figure out how I can be like them and how I can navigate my own situations the way that you appear like you seamlessly did it. even if you didn't. It's like just how it comes across in your vibes. Focus with Sagittarius energy. It's just like you give such quirky vibes. I don't. Have you guys heard of Bailey Sarian? If you haven't, you should look her up. You're really giving me those vibes. You should really look her up for Murder Mystery and Makeup Monday if you don't know who I'm talking about. But she also does dark history. Really recommend her channel. But anyway, you're giving me those vibes, and she's also a Sagittarius, and it's like, and her humor is kind of dark, but like really funny if you get it. You know what I mean? So like, I also think that that was so random. But again, if you want to look her up, do it. I really recommend. But I think with you, you really, when you are doing something, you focus all of your energy on it. You cannot stop until you're done. Like that, you're not all over the place. You know, you're not doing 100 different things at once or like starting a task and then not finishing it. That's not you. You get it done. You finish it and it's good. You know, you do a great job with it. Hyacinthus hyacinth. Let's just read this because that's the Latin, I'm pretty sure. So hyacinth. Playfulness. Play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. Yeah. I think you have fun. There's something here about like there's just a sense of wanting to make people laugh, you know? But there's you're very smart too. I like this quote. Play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance. So you're in a sense you're not with play, it's also like on your tasks. You're really you're creative. You get creative with things and that really brings you joy too, you know, and it helps you shine as well because you're not afraid to take risks with certain things and that really makes you stand out to people as well. And it could just be fashion. Like I said, there's something here where you stand out from the crowd 100%. And it's because you aren't afraid to be an individual, you know? Willpower, yeah. Again, you definitely see things through until the end and it's like the little engine that could. I think I can. That's you. You keep going. You don't stop until you go over that mountain and you're going down the other side, right? Like you succeeded. That's you. You do not give up. You don't. Plain and simple. You're not that type of person and you're never going to be. And that's definitely just the vibes you give off. Stability. Yeah, you definitely give a stable energy for people. It's like your foundation is so rock solid. You're just there for people, you know, and you're there for yourself too. You you really know when you need to take a step back, I think. And you're not afraid to vocalize this. You're very evolved spiritually, emotionally, all of that. You're super evolved and you understand how people work and how people function, right? And that just makes you appear so much more stable to people because it's like they don't understand how excuse me they don't understand how the universe works or how people work. They don't get it. So it's like they see you and you seem so stable and they feel like they're just all over the place, right? So that's really the vibe you're giving off there because they really want to be you. That's what it feels like. I'm getting that a lot. Let me see. Authenticity with lapis lazuli, absolutely. You're very authentic. Again, you're an individual. You are who you are, and you're never going to steer away from that. You just are who you are, and you're on brand for yourself all the time. You know, you're authentic and you're real. You keep it real. You don't screw with people's emotions. You don't talk behind people's back. You are who you are, and you keep it real. You don't want to hurt anybody, and because I think you've been through so much. Maybe in the past you weren't like this, but you've learned and grown along the way, you know? So you just really keep it real and communicate how you're feeling with people. You're very emotionally intelligent, I think. that definitely comes across. Organization. There was something here about, yeah, you're you're very organized in a lot of different ways and focused. Yeah, there's just something, you have a very particular way of doing something, and it's it has to be done that way. You're organized in the sense, like, maybe you make a chore list or something for each day of the week, or you like journal or like email your tasks for the next day to yourself the night before. You know what I mean? And you really just are like, okay, I'm going to do this today, this, and you you're very organized in that sense. And I think also maybe in your home, you're very organized. You really flourish when things are organized and clean and just really looking a certain way, how you want them to, right? Um, and that comes across in your vibe too. You're very particular about certain things, and that your appearance potentially, but also just maybe your home life and where things are and whatnot. Your refrigerator. I don't know. There's just something here where there's a very specific schedule for things too. I don't know. Virgo too here. It's interesting. We're getting different signs coming out, but let's get to some tarot and Buzzfeed cards to close out your reading. I'm going to be using the Life is a board game tarot deck. It looks like Monopoly. It's really cool. I'm excited to use this for you guys. It's really neat. Okay, so here we go. We have win or lose way with the Five of Swords. There's a sneakiness here. I don't know, you do. It's like, but you're evolved. Maybe people just aren't sure how to take you in certain ways. Because you came out as a fox too, but you're an empress. So it's maybe people feel like you'll stop at nothing to get what you want sometimes. And it's like, well, if you can't keep up, get out of the kitchen with the Five of Swords. You're not afraid to, I don't want to say hurt people, like hurt their feelings, because that's not true. That's not true at all. It's just like, I think if people have bad intentions toward you or toward the people you love, you're just like, no, get out. Then the claws come out and you're like, find a sneaky way to like get them out of people's lives or something like that. I don't know. It's really interesting that the Five of Swords came out. So let's see what else comes out. The Fool. Oh, with go. Yeah, you're always ready for something new and to move forward too. Just like, maybe you like to travel too. I don't know. I just think that, or you seem well traveled. There's something there. Like, let's go. Um, the Fool also, I'm not sure, I can't remember which sign the Fool is associated with, but it really does remind me of Sagittarius, which we also just got. And you're, again, there's something so, um, because you can be so serious and you're very loving and nurturing and all of that, but you also have this impulsivity to you at the undercurrent, like, and this, like, joy, like just wanting to bring joy. I don't know, Sagittarius or Sagittarius, it feels like they're so multifaceted. I don't know. I think Sagittarius is so interesting because they can there's that calmness to them and peaceful side, but then there's chaos. They can be so chaotic. um and I feel like that's you have those two sides. Like, you can get real messy if you want to. And maybe people see that sometimes. And I mean messy in the sense, like, with other people, or like, and this could be the past too, of where in certain situations people were upsetting you or upsetting the people around you, and you would do anything to not like hurt them. I don't mean physically hurt them, but like you would do anything to make them feel small. And I don't think you're like that now, but it's just like maybe you were a little bit before. you know, with these two cards specifically, it's like, what the heck? I'm intrigued. Page of Cups, development of affection and creative energy. Yes, yes, yes. You romanticize your life. There's something here where the small moments, and that can be the Fool too, you really make an adventure out of things. And every moment is an opportunity to romanticize your life and bring joy to your life and bring joy to other people's lives. I think that that's how you are. Um, and again, just very loving. There's a softness to you that's just, you have a very kind heart and soul. You're just super lovely. And you, for other people too, they see that with you. And it definitely comes across. There's a warmth to you. There's a mother energy, or yeah, no, it's mother energy. And just loving and understanding. And again, you don't have to be a parent or anything. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, people just really, oh, I just flung the Buzzfeed cards off the table. Sorry. People really just want to be around you because they feel safe, I think, you know? Oh, the Ace of Pentacles, starting stable avenue. You're like a blessing to people, you know? I see Ace of Pentacles and I'm like, oh, that's sweet because they feel blessed to have you in their life. And I also think that you create opportunities for yourself and for other people to potentially make money or just to invite more positivity into their life and blessings into their life, you know? The Ace of Pentacles is the start of something. Maybe you could also be like an entrepreneur or something and starting your own business really from the ground up, right? And just, but it's stable. You're a very stable energy with this. And creative. I think you're really interesting. You seem so interesting, pile three. um, Indecision way with a two of swords. People don't know how to take you. I really think it's like that. See, because I'm having a hard time reading this pile actually. The other two piles were really easy. And this one's, I'm getting distracted and it's not because I'm tired or anything. It's just because the energy is different. Like people don't know necessarily how to take you. Maybe your vibes are different and you don't show people who you are as easily as the other piles, something like that. But they don't know how to take you. It's like, oh, pile three is different, and I'm not saying it's everybody because there are so many people that see that beautiful, loving, affectionate part of you, that warmth. But there are other people that are like, they see maybe a little bit of that chaotic side of you that's a little that can be a little cold and cutting with your words when you want to be, there could be that side too. So it's like they're kind of conflicting. They're coming together and like confusing me. It's just it's harder to read. That's all. Oh, interesting. Five of Wands. Yeah. I think that they see that there's a lot going on with you. I know that the Five of Wands can mean conflict, but I think in this sense, there's just a lot happening. And because wands are all about actions, so it's just different. Every wand is something different going on in your life, So it's a little chaotic and you feel like you're being pulled in a lot of directions, but it really feels as though you are very grounded and just taking it in stride, really. So we have flip phones. Yeah, you can be very serious and get down to business. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You really get the shit done. That's just who you are. You're a boss bitch. You're that empress. There you are on that throne, breastfeeding. Just and holding the crow. It's like multitasking all the time. Really, just getting it done for yourself, even if these cards are driving me crazy. I'm sorry. Even if you have something you have to do, you're doing something else at the same time, something really important that you have to do, you're still doing something else because you have to. I think you have to do things because you don't like relying on other people or something like that, you know? But you're busy. Busy, busy. Minimalist white. Yeah, they can't. That's so funny. Because you're coming across to me as this super colorful, vibrant person. And to some people, they can't see it. They don't see that part of you. It's like you'd give the minimum to people. Do you know what I mean? To certain people. I'm not saying everybody. But for some people that see these feel these vibes from you, they can tell that you're not giving them everything. You're not showing your full true self to them, right? I think that's really what the minimalist white is trying to say here. Um, yeah, people really look to get like approval from you or something. And you could, like I said, you could be an entrepreneur or something, so you could be verified like on social media or something like that. But I think that you're just people look up to you and they find you a little intimidating for sure. For sure. And again, they don't know how to take you. They don't know. But they want your approval. You know, it's like, I really want pile three to like me, but I don't know how they're feeling. Ooh, see, they see you as a rebel. There's some sort of rebel here. Like you're, I don't know, you give like bad girl, bad vibes, bad boy vibes, you know, like just like I don't know. Like I don't know if you just dress witchy or like I don't know, you're edgy. There's something edgy about you and people are like, "Ooh, they're a little scared but they're really curious." You know? I mean this all in the best way. I hope you know that. But again, they don't know how to take you. But they definitely are really intrigued by you as a person and your energy. Yeah. Because see, there are other people that are just super you're this warm, mushy gushy person too. Just but I really think you don't show that to everybody. You really are selective about who gets to see that part of you. But you are just you're cozy and safe to people. And you're a secure person as well, you know? You make people feel so safe in your presence and just warm and there's just such a comfort to you. You know, you're so comforting to people for sure. Ball pits again with the chaos. There must be like a lot going on with you. It feels like you're being pulled in a lot of different directions, so you never really have time to like with a lot of people. Maybe that's why people feel like they don't know you because or they don't know how to take you because sometimes you just don't have the time to get to know certain people or like to divulge much about yourself to people, right? Because you're busy. You're go going. And you only make time for the people that um have been in your life for a while, I think, or that just that you really value their friendship or their that connection, you know. You don't have much time for acquaintances, I don't think. Um because you're really busy. Let me look at ball pits just to see the other words. But there's some yeah, because we have jubilant, overjoyed, and ecstatic. So it's like you give when you're not like in your very serious mood, you're very excitable. You know, you have a lot of energy that's really that just rubs off on other people, you know? And you just make people happy and safe and comfortable and this is exactly what anybody wants to see in like for people how people view them, you know? Like you're just safe. You're safe to people and they really think you're freaking cool. Again, some people don't know how to take you, but a lot of people love you like and find you just so warm and I think you have such a sweet smile. You have a sweetness to you that people cherish. You know, it's in everything that you do. Even if other people don't see it, it really your heart is there. You have a big heart and you're very giving. But I think I'm going to end your reading there, pile three. It's been such a pleasure to read for you today. If you'd like to subscribe, you can hit the button down below. If you'd like to be notified when I post a new video, you can hit the notification bell. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, I'll leave my email link down below. If you have any questions or need some guidance on anything, hit me up, shoot me an email. I will be happy to help you. Um, and if you'd like to follow me on social media, I'll leave those down below as well. But I hope you have a beautiful day, night, or evening wherever you are, pile three, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.